Okay, perfect. So we've now started our day two, second class of the channel, I guess you could say. And so today we're learning not business English, but more when you have to travel. And these are common phrases that you can use. And I think that's about it. So I will get my little dot and do my screen share here. Travel idioms. That's what I want. Perfect. All right, so now you can't see. All right, so here's some just travel idioms, and like I said, these are used in everyday English. And so the first one is called a backseat driver. And actually, Ken, why don't you read the two definitions here?
Okay. A backseat driver. 1. A passenger in a car who insists on giving the driver directions. 2. Anybody offering unsolicited or unwelcome advice.
Okay, good.
Unsolicited means unwelcome. Same meaning.
Unwelcome is, for example, everyone is welcome to this class. Unwelcome is when you don't want it.
So,
So
sorry, solicited means same, similar meaning of it.
unsolicited, yeah, it's just not needed, basically. So
Okay.
yeah, that's basically what that means. And so the example is, my brother is such a backseat driver, I hate traveling with him. And so that's not good. A backseat driver is someone who always talks to you, tells you what to do, says, oh, take a left here, oh, slow down, oh, hurry up, things like that. So that information is, as the driver, you don't want that information, and so it's not very enjoyable to have a backseat driver. Okay? So now we'll go to the next one here. And let me just check the Hangout. Asma, would you like to read Drive a Hard Bargain, the example and the definition?
Yes, I can. Drive hard, bargain, negatively, forcefully. Example, it's gonna be a thought negotiation with them. They a hard beginning.
Okay, good. So negotiate forcefully. They drive a hard bargain. For example, you want to buy a car and they say, oh, it's 5,000 euros. So, oh, well, I want to buy it for 3,000. And they say, no, I'll go down to 4,999 euros, for example. So they won't move much with prices where they say, no, you have to do X. And so it's a difficult negotiation. And this gonna is very colloquial, it's very informal, and so this we use with spoken English. Okay. Are there any questions so far with this? Okay. Well, let's see. It looks like Ishmael will be my next reader here. And welcome to class. Ismail, can you read about the fifth wheel?
Fifth wheel. Anything unnecessary. Example, I felt like a fifth wheel when they start looking at each other affectionately. Affectionately.
Very good, affectionately, perfect. So
Thank you.
basically, maybe you're out with your two friends and they're on a date and you're there. So there's three people. You don't have to have five. And so you feel kind of unwanted and not really comfortable in the situation. So the fifth wheel might refer to a car. A car normally has four, and so the fifth wheel really isn't needed or necessary in that situation, and so you feel a little uncomfortable. I'm sure all of us have felt like the fifth wheel at some point in our lives. Okay, so let's go to the next one. If I'm correct.
Like, sorry, Becky, like a fish out of water, maybe, sometimes.
Exactly. Exactly. A fish out of water. Don't go too far, Marco. Why don't you go ahead and read hit the road?
Yes. Hit the road. To begin traveling. To leave a place, go away. So to be very tough, very decisive, to go ahead in your road. When you are really convicted, to go ahead, and you want to, like when you want to hit the road because you are in a hurry, maybe.
Yeah, well, there's two examples. Do you want to read those two examples?
Sorry, I didn't see.
That's okay.
Okay, now I see. Example. First, we've got a long way to go. Let's hit the road to make it by sunset. The second, it's time for me to hit the road. It's getting late. Yes, more or less what I said earlier.
Exactly. You hit the nail on the head on that one. So exactly. So hit the road is basically I'm leaving, I'm going somewhere, and I'm leaving now. So to hit the road, we can use in the first example, let's hit the road to make it by sunset. Let's go. Let's leave so we can make it to our destination before the sun sets. And it's time for me to hit the road. It's time for me to leave. That's all. It's just replacing that verb to leave or to go in these examples.
But we could we use this kind of idiom even, for example, at work in a figurative meaning, right?
Sure. I mean, you can use it basically in any kind of setting, like even at work. Oh, time to hit the road. It's getting late. Time to go home.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah,
Okay.
so I mean, these you can use in any situation in real life.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So let's see if anyone else has joined. I'm just looking at my screen here. No, okay, so we're back to Ken. Ken, why don't you go ahead and read in the same boat?
Okay. In the same boat, in the same situation, having the same problems. Example, can you lend me $100? B, sorry, I'm broke. I'm in the same boat.
Exactly. So in the same boat literally means you have the same exact problem. Someone comes to you and say, hey, I need some money. Can you lend me some? And you say, hey, sorry, I don't have any either. I'm broke, which we saw in the Intenga advanced classes, that you don't have any money. And so you're in the same boat. You're in the same situation as that person. Okay. We doing good so far? Does anyone have any questions? Okay. All right, well, Asma, why don't you please read this next one of itchy feet?
Yes, I am with you, Mrs.
Perfect.
I'd like, would you like please to make the font more better or more white?
A little bit bigger. Sure, I can do
It's
that.
very small. I can't read it.
My example might have gone away here. There.
Yes.
Is it
Yes,
okay?
thank you. It's very clear. Yes.
Yes.
Itchy feet, feeling of a need to travel. Example, she has itchy feet again. She says she will travel to Brazil.
Perfect. Okay, so I get itchy feet every once in a while, and I get this need or this yearning to go travel. That's what itchy feet means. Not literally, but in this case.
Yes.
Great, thank you very much. I had itchy feet a lot as a as a younger person. Is the font small for everyone? Should I make this bigger for everyone? Or if I go.
Yes,
Yes, it is. It is nice now.
Okay. Well, just a second, then let me just make all of this bigger. Of these that I have. We'll do this. It might be separated, they're separated, but that's okay. We can work with it. Okay, great. So Ismail, I believe you were the next one. Would you like to go ahead and read Jump on the Bandwagon?
Yes.
Yes, John.
May I read?
Yes, you can, Ismail.
Yes, thank you. I can see. Yes. To profit from a craze, to join a trend. Example, after the incredible success of the new product, the company has jumped on the bandwagon and released a new version of it.
Okay, exactly. So jump on the bandwagon is to join something, basically. For this new Intenga site for Hangouts, jump on the bandwagon and make sure you have a Google or a Gmail email address, and you can join us and jump on the bandwagon with this new uh, English channel, things like that. So it's to join something or to do the same thing as other people. Okay? Does that make sense? Okay. All right. Well, we'll go down here. Make one's way. Let's see if we can maybe. All right. So it's on the next page. That's okay. So let's see here. Marco, you're next.
Yes. Make one's way. To move in a particular direction, advance in life by one's own efforts. Example, he made his way to the police station and told all about the murder. Yes, when you are secure on what you are doing, you want to do something very, you are decisive to do something,
Exactly.
and in your own way, like maybe Frank Sinatra, no? In the famous song, no? On my way. Yes.
Exactly. It's kind of you push everything else aside
Yeah.
and say, "This is what I'm doing."
And you
There's also
maybe you can listen other advice or other things that people around you maybe they could say to you. You want to go in your way of thinking.
exactly. Would you like to read the second example as
Sorry.
well?
Oh, always I forgot.
That's okay. You didn't see it
Okay.
at first.
He had to make his own way in the world, as his family was very poor.
So to not stay, to not continue with this life with his family being very poor, he said, "You know what? I'm going to do this," and so he did. And so
Yeah.
that's great. Thomas made
I
his own way with his
Yeah,
business,
right.
and so that was
I
very
think
good.
it's a great idiom.
Good.
Uh, yeah, it's great to use it.
Perfect. Now I can just hear you. I'm waiting for the
No,
opportunity for this.
because I think it's for a person is more valuable when you can cope with your goal, your target by your own.
Exactly. Thank you. All right, so we'll go back to Ken. What can you talk to us about Miss the Boat?
Okay. Miss the boat to fail to take advantage of an opportunity. Example, the price discount ended yesterday and I just missed the boat on a great deal.
Exactly. You unfortunately missed out on the great deal that there was. I think that's basic. This one, it's pretty easy. Missed the boat. I missed the boat on some opportunity. Actually, I haven't missed the boat recently, so I can't think of any other examples. All right, any questions here? I think things are going pretty well. Let's continue down, and Asma, it's your turn. So you can read off the beaten track, and I'll move down for the example, okay?
Yes, off the beaten track to a place or places not commonly visited. Example, his trip was altogether off the beaten track, which had never been traversed any European.
Okay, very good. So off the beaten track is something. Oh, there's another idiom that we use. Take the road less traveled. And so off the beaten track is don't do the same thing as everybody else. Okay? So it's not commonly visited or something like that. Or when you think of a place, like Spain, for example, places to travel, everyone thinks of Madrid and Barcelona first. However, I've found that over the years I really enjoy going to smaller towns, and they actually are a little bit more charming, and they offer a different type of trip. You can see really how people live here and things like that. So visiting small towns is kind of off the beaten track when traveling to Spain, you could say.
Yes.
Perfect. Well, thank you. All right, Ismail, you're going to get this one, my way or the highway.
Yes. This expression is used to say that people have to do what you say, otherwise they will have to leave or quit the project. He has a my way or the highway approach to leading his government and his party.
Exactly, and this is basically it's my way or nothing. And so um, basically I control the class here, so it's my way or the highway. If you don't like it, you can leave, is basically what this is. And so it sounds like you have a little bit of an attitude towards a situation when you say this. It's quite forceful. So definitely be careful. You can say it jokingly, oh, it's my way or the highway. You can do what you want. But in the end, I'm the one that controls the situation. Hopefully no one will use this in a marriage situation. That would be quite unfair. Okay, great. All right, so this one's a little bit separated. Put the pedal to the metal. And so this is for Marco.
Oh, okay. To be honest, it's the first time I see this kind of idiom. But okay,
Great.
we are here to learn. No?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Put the pedal to the metal. To press the gas pedal to the maximum extent. To exert maximum effort.
Okay, and
Okay.
the one
Okay.
example.
Yes. I got it. You have to put the pedal to the metal if you want to get there on time.
Exactly.
Okay.
You have to hurry up a little bit.
When you want to make all your efforts to reach something or somebody, maybe.
Exactly. And this can be exactly as it's saying the gas pedal in a car, or this could be with any idea. I think, oh, I
Yeah.
have this great idea. Well, put
Yeah.
the pedal to the metal and do it and go for
Yeah.
it.
I have to accelerate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Go fast.
Great
Perfect.
idioms.
I like this
But
one too.
I think any one of us this morning say similar idiom in their own language, because I think no, everyone in the world have similar type of saying. But of course, we are here to learn English, and it's great. Thanks.
Good. Well, hopefully you'll say this tomorrow morning when you wake up and say, "Oh, time to
Yeah,
put the pedal to the metal. Time to get going. Hit the road."
I'll try to use that in my work because they know me like an English nurse, so I try
Perfect.
to amaze them.
Wonderful. All right. Well, Ken, we're back to you and sail through something. If you could read what this means.
Okay, sail through something to pass or progress quickly and easily. Example, he sailed right through his homework.
So he sailed through something. It means it was very easy and it didn't take a lot of time. So hopefully I can sail through work this afternoon and that it will go quickly and there's no problems. So this is a really good one too, a really good idiom as well. I picked the more positive ones, at least I tried to, so. Okay, so Asma, would you please read Take for a Ride?
Yes, take for a ride. To deceive or cheat. Example, was only when he discovered that his wallet was gone that he realized that they had taken him for a ride. I think this example, it is similar to cheat in exams.
In exams, maybe.
Can we
I
use
could,
it? Can we use it in exams? We cheat. I cheat from my friends when I discovered that I haven't the information or I haven't the answer of my question.
I wouldn't say exactly with the exam situation, just because to me, take for a ride means that, for example, I give class to a student here, and she's preparing a presentation, and she's talking about some work that she does, some volunteer work. And this has been weeks that she's been telling me about this and preparing the presentation. Well, then on Tuesday in class, she says, "So is all of this believable? You know, the pictures and everything?" And I said, "Well, yeah." And she says,
Yes,
"Well, it's not true. I actually don't work for this volunteer. I don't volunteer for this organization." I said, "What are you telling me?" And so she had taken me for a ride. And so it's something that people tell you, and they know they're lying to you in a sense. It could be a joke that's quite negative as well. And so in the exam situation, um, for example, if there's one student distracting the teacher and the answers are on the teacher's desk, and another student takes the answers and copies them, etc. So the first student who's distracting the teacher would be taking the teacher for a ride in that case. And so there's a
yes.
little bit of a situation that has to happen there.
Thank you.
Okay, good question. Good question. Like I said, this one it involves time. Okay, it takes time for the situation to develop, and so it's not just oh, I took him for a ride and I cheated on my exam, and so it's a little bit more substantial than that. Are there any other questions with this? That was
No,
a really
thank
good
you.
question. Okay,
Thank
great. Okay, so Ismail, it is I think. Oh, that
Yes.
was the last one then. Oh, you don't get to read anymore. So this was the last one. So I'm going to stop. Well, actually, any other questions in any of these that we talked about today? I know there aren't, well, the smaller ones. This is the beginning. But any other questions before I turn the screen share off?
No.
Okay. All right, so I'll stop sharing this. Hopefully this works. And well, it looks like you'll be getting to see me very soon. Okay, perfect. So, does anyone know of any other ones? Any other things? Oh, I see
You
that
mean
you were
idioms?
talking. Well,
Idioms?
yeah, any other idioms that have to do with
Uh,
travel or anything like that?
not related to trouble, but sales like hotcakes.
Okay, well, that's possible as well. I have another website up here just because I wasn't sure how long those would take. And so, no, maybe not that one. Okay, so we can say there's a fork in the road, and a fork in the road is when, does everyone know what a fork is? It's to eat. It has those kind of lines which we call prongs, and what that means is when you come to a fork in the road, you have many different options, and so you have to choose which option you would like. So, fork in the road is what we can say there. So that's another example. Marco, are you there looking at other examples for us?
Yes, I was looking if I had some, because I have a lot of papers, English. I have an entire uh, bookshelf of English books, copy and so on. But in this moment, I can find any other idioms. But I know there are a lot, no? But no,
Exactly, there are a lot.
my mind went blank in this moment.
Okay. Well, if I say full throttle, for example, that's very similar to put the pedal to the metal. That means go for all the force or the strength that you have is go for it. So that's the same as put the pedal to the metal. Um, there's one that I actually really like, and I think Marco, you'll like it too. It says, "I'll cross that road when I come to it." So let me type it. I'll cross that, spell things correctly, that road when I come to it. That means that there's a situation going on, or there's a situation that will happen eventually, and so you think, well, maybe I won't worry about it now, but once I get to that point, then I'll deal with the situation. Okay, so I'll cross that road when I come to it. All right, has anyone been in one of those situations? That you come to maybe a fork in the road or a problem that you'll deal with later that you don't want to deal with now? Unfortunately, it's raining here again. It is not very good weather here in Spain recently. Okay, how about another one? There's jump ship. So jump ship means kind of to abandon something. Jump ship. Okay, so, oh, this looks like a bad situation. I'm getting out of here. I'm going to jump ship. Okay, so you can use that too. To abandon, to leave quickly if you're not comfortable in a situation or something like that. That was kind
I
of funny.
I found maybe two related with travel, but I don't know if it's completely right.
Okay.
Talking about them about travel idiom, but in some way there is a verb drive. So one is to drive someone up the wall, for example. Drive.
Yep, okay,
Not
so,
completely related to travel, but
but it's using the word drive, which is to drive someone up a wall. And do you want to explain to us what that means?
yes, I try to explain at the best. When someone says this kind of idiom, of course, he wants to highlight the fact that he's going to be crazy because someone else maybe they are acting in some bad way or in some crazy way that the person that are receiving that kind of behavior is going to be crazy. So you drive me up the wall, or you drive me crazy. It's the same,
Exactly.
no?
That was a great explanation. To drive someone up the wall, maybe someone sent me 1,000 emails in one day. Okay, you're driving me up the wall. You're going a little
Yeah.
bit too far in this situation. Yep, driving me crazy.
Yes. More or less.
To drive someone crazy as well. It's a different one.
Yeah.
Good. Did you say you had two, or was that the two?
Sorry?
Do you have another one, or were
No,
those?
to be honest, found I found out in the internet another one that you haven't mentioned, but the first time I see it, it says any port in a storm.
Any port?
Any port, any port, maybe any pier, any harbor. It could be the meaning. I write it down.
Yeah, do please, because I actually don't know that. I've never heard of that one before. You port in a storm. So what does it mean?
But I open it because I said I never uh, I never seen it before. The explanation is an unfavorable option which might well be avoided in good times, but which nevertheless looks better than the alternatives at the current time. Example: that horrible tale was a case of any port in a storm, as we couldn't find any place to spend the night. Maybe it could be when you find the last situation, the last hotel, or the last bargain. Maybe you have to accept what the situation offer you. Maybe it could be explained in this
All
way.
right. Well, I guess I
The,
get to learn today too.
the first time you have seen or you have heard this idiom?
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
never
good,
heard that
good.
before.
I've learned you something. Oh, it's a big
Yes.
day
All
for me.
right.
No, but to be honest, I have found out on the internet. For me, it was the first time too.
Interesting. Well, thank you very much.
Oh, no,
Thank
no, you're
you.
welcome.
There's another one that I saw. It's running on fumes. All right, so there we go. And
Ah,
running on fumes. Fumes is what they're talking about. Is when you have a car that doesn't have a lot of gas in it, and you shouldn't be able to drive it, but it still functions. It still works. And so running on fumes is basically you're absolutely exhausted. You don't know how you're getting through the day. You're so tired, but you're doing it. Okay,
yeah,
that's me every Tuesday and Thursday night. I'm running on fumes. I'm so tired, but you get through it. So that's another one, and that's actually a
good.
really good one too. Okay. Um, has anyone seen any other ones?
Yes, how about train of thought? Train of thought.
Train of thought. The running out of gas thing, the running on fumes can be literal as well for a car.
Mhm. Yeah,
The train of thought, is that what you were talking about?
yes, train of thought.
And would you like to explain it to us? I already know what
Okay.
this means, but
Uh, a sequence of connected ideas is called a train of thought. For example, I was considering the different options when the noise outside broke my train of thought.
exactly. You were focused on something, you knew what you were talking about, something happened. Oh, I lost my train of thought. Hold on, let me think about where I was.
Okay.
Wonderful. That was a good one. Do you have any more, Ken?
Yes, for example, for the road, I know, remember this video, Bob Dylan song from the road. One more cup of coffee for the road.
Okay, very good. Yeah, for the road is when you're traveling on the road. So this one's a little bit more literal, but yes.
Maybe that means for our memory or something. Maybe if I
Um,
leave the place you know, drink a wine or coffee or something as a token of
um, for the road, in that case, I think it's more, let's grab a coffee and drink it in the car when we're on the road. Um, about old times, I'm trying to think about memories and road. See if we have one for that. Hmm. I think there might be one, but I can't think of it exactly right now. But that's still true. It's still talking about traveling words. Um, how about take for a test drive? Let me just type this here. Take for a test drive. That means to try something out.
Mm.
Okay, so um, I'm trying to think. This is officially my first class on here, so I'm taking it for a test drive or seeing how it's going, or if you'd like to try something new, maybe a different kind of club or class that you'd like to take and you're not sure, and you just want to try it out. Hey, I'll take it for a test drive. Yes, Marco, I know you're anxious to tell me something.
No, I have found, I have found out another one that we haven't mentioned so far. Um it
Perfect.
says off the beaten path or off the beaten track. When you uh, uh, get a wrong way or you go away from the main road, no, or the main road. It's I have heard in the past, but I remember now. Yes, off the beaten track is another one. And another one,
Accidentally, we
yeah,
did
I
talk
have
about
the
off the
last
beaten
one.
track.
Travel,
Okay.
travel light, travel light.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's finished.
Do you want to explain that? Travel light?
Travel light when, of course, you are packaging, for example, your luggage, and your mom says you, please don't pack a lot of items. Tomorrow we have a lot travel, a long travel, so please, we needed to travel light.
Exactly. You can't bring a lot of luggage, clothing, things like that. If you
Yeah,
travel light, and that's what people do when they, what's it
maybe
called?
it's a women problem sometimes.
Maybe.
Maybe.
You have to be prepared. If the woman isn't prepared, who is going to be prepared, Marco? That's
Yeah.
my question.
Even when you want to go for only 2 days away, maybe.
Hey, you don't know if it's going to rain, get cold, if it's going to be
Yeah,
hot. Maybe you're going swimming. You need a
yeah.
little
The
bit of
weather is
everything.
changeable, you know. The weather is changeable.
But we're it makes sense. It makes sense.
Okay.
I like that one. I have another one too. It's right up your alley,
Oh,
which basically means something that you would like. So, Marco, today, this is right up your alley, this class. It's something that you're interested in, that you like. Okay? So
yeah.
that's how we can use that.
Okay. Thanks. Great.
I had a feeling you'd like that one. Um, let's see. How about put the brakes on? Let me put the brakes on. And again, this can be literal as well, but put the brakes on means whoops, stop. Okay, let's stop the situation. Let's put the brakes on and talk about something else. Okay, so that's a
Yeah.
different way that we can use that.
I knew another one similar. I put the brakes on. Put a put a curb on it. A curb on it, or put a lid on it.
Put a lid on it.
When,
That
for
means
example,
like
Yeah, when someone, for example, speak too much, please to carbonate or put no, a lid
Yeah.
on it.
Right. Put a lid on it.
Yeah,
Maybe I'm going to tell a big secret. No, put a lid on it. Be
yeah,
quiet.
yeah,
Don't say
yeah,
it.
yeah. Keep mom's
Exactly.
secret. Keep mom's secret.
Good. Okay. Does anyone else have anything to say right now?
I did one idiom thing I forgot. You try new things. Anyway, I rented a car because my own car have to be fixed. So I drove the new car for me. So it has camera or something like that. So it was a new experience.
I'm sure.
So it was maybe I forgot the idiom for that. Take for a test drive. I I did it today.
Exactly. So take for a test drive can also be literal as well. So there's a lot of these can be taken literally and figuratively. And so it kind of depends on the situation, and you have to really think about it. I know here in Spain they have a lot of different ones, a lot of different idioms, and I think because I'm not a native speaker of Spanish, I take things quite literal sometimes, and I think, what? So you have to understand the situation as well.
Yes, because just driving car much different nowadays. I realize because engine button just push to start, and I can see the above my car and back side of my car by using a back mirror camera kind of thing. So
Hmm.
it was a new experience to me today. Let's drive. Yeah.
Exactly. Reading here, I found another one. It says, "There's never a road without a turning," and it means no situation in life stays the same forever. So there's never a road without a turning. Without a turning. Just going to make sure that's correct. There's never a life. I've never heard of that one before either. So there's never a road without turning. So that means that things will change in life, and that's okay. There's never a road without a turning. Interesting. I kind of like that one. Life can turn you upside down and it still continue. So I'm trying to find one that call it quit, something that at the end. Oh, rocky road, for example. If you come across a rocky road, that means it's maybe a difficult part of your life. Maybe not everything's going great, and you're kind of up and down, and so you're in a rocky road kind of situation in your life.
So
Okay.
how about this? Point of no
Point
return.
of no return.
Is it an idiom?
In this moment, we are in the point of no return.
Can't go back now.
We're finishing the lesson.
Exactly. Point of no return. I'm trying to think, do we have one that's related to travel? I don't think so. At least I can't think of it right now. So,
Okay.
good. Well, I think we can, if no one else has any other, I'm trying to think it, to close. Put a lid on it. It's time to put a lid on it and be quiet, maybe. Um, good. Well, do you have any other questions about anything? Any traveling questions or idioms or anything like that?
Yes, please, can I say something?
Yes, you can.
Yes, I read before an idiom about travel. It says that it travels in wealthy circles.
It travels in wealthy circles.
Yes, I read it before, and when I read the explanation about it, I don't understand it clearly, but I think that maybe it's about groups of friends or group of employee um, work at the same company. It is right.
I actually have not heard of that idiom before. So, would you like to type it so I can read it a little bit better?
It travels in wealthy circles.
Travels in wealthy circles. I've never heard of that. Has anyone else heard of this
No.
idiom before? No? Okay, and do you have the definition there as well, Asma?
I have the website of these idioms, and I think it is a strange idiom. So I ask you about it. I read the explanation of this, and the explanation says that it is a group of friends or group an employee work at the same company, uh, associate.
I'm not sure. Sure, like a group of friends could be a circle of friends. We can use circle that way. But as far as being a wealthy circle, I haven't heard of that. We can use wealthy as not just rich with money, but rich with really good friends, a good quality of life, and things like that. But as far as in that situation, I've never heard of that either. So,
Okay.
good question. Travel in a blind alley. I've never heard of that.
No, I translated more or less literally from Italian to English, but it means that when you don't have other solution to a problem, or when you don't have any other way of escape, so you are traveling in a blind alley. You are going without any purpose to overcome that
Hmm.
problem. Is the meaning it is in this way, but of course it's in Italian. My translation is literally, and I think it doesn't exist
Travel in a
in
blind
English.
alley. No,
But
and I would.
it could be a nice one, a new one, maybe in English.
Hmm. Huh. That one I
You
might
could
have to think
use
of.
maybe for your
Travel in a blind alley. I thought it meant
country
something
friends.
else.
Maybe you could amaze them.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, thank you, Marco, for that.
Oh no
Um,
no.
Great. Well, I thought it meant something else. So I was typing the one that I thought it meant, and it has nothing to do with the same situation. So, um, but that's it for today. So, thank you everybody for coming. Thank you for the two viewers that are watching as well. And I think that's it. So, go ahead and check out the Intenga calendar with the list of my classes. I will be back on Tuesday again, so make sure you look and see what time it is in your local area. And so I'm going to stop the broadcast. So thanks very much, everybody, for joining me today. And
Thank
hopefully
you
I'll
very much.
see you next class. And it was nice
Yeah.
to see Ismail and Marco. All right, well, thanks.
Okay. Yeah. Before greeting you, could I use another idiom, very famous English
Sure.
idiom?
Go
Uh,
ahead.
Attending on your lesson, you have made me feel on cloud nine. Thanks so much.
Well, that's the perfect one to end with then. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Oh, well, thanks, Marco. Having you in my class feels the same, as well as everybody
Okay.
else, too. All right,
Bye
well, everyone
bye.
enjoy
Bye
your day.
everyone.
All right, goodbye.
Bye.
Bye
Bye.
bye Aka. Bye Asma. Bye Ismail.